she's a joker. Call me the fool. When she calls, I always seem to lose my cool. Baby, I'm just a moth to your flame. And don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know that loving
streaming live. Full Velocity TV begins now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sim Addicts Racing. This is Full Velocity TV. We are live at Knoxville Raceway with the Sim Addicts tonight for the Pro Late Model Series. Just wrapping up qualifying now, and we're going to get into the heats here. I am Brett Rolls, the Tennessee Tumbler. You may know me better as or see me from behind the wheel. Filling in for Phil and Todd tonight as they're off doing some coverage for the Nora 360 race tonight. Hopefully they'll be here to join me later tonight as the races go on. As we're going to start kicking off the night here with heat race number 1. On the front row, it's going to be the 224 of Andrew Hawkins. To his outside is going to be the number 1 car of Christopher Miller. Row number 2 is going to be the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. And outside of him is going to be the 022 of JD Sass. Row number 3 is going to be the 027 of Bo DeYoung, and outside him is going to be the 5 of Cody Cantonwine. Row number 4 is going to be the 24 of Troy Stuckwish, and outside of him is going to be the 00 of Scotty Grabanski, and rounding out shotgun on the field in the 9th position is going to be the 21 of Scotty Edwards. 8 laps set to grid this heat as we're going to have a couple of pace laps here as the track seems to be, got a little bit of wear to it to start out here, as it looks like we're going to have 3 heats on the docket for tonight, as we're going to see here if Andrew Hawkins can hang on to that front row going into turn 1, or if Christopher Miller is going to be able to power around on the outside. Haven't been able to see much over here for the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series. I've mostly been tuned in and racing with the sprint cars, so going to be interesting to see tonight who comes out on top here. Well, white flag going to come down from the starter stand. That's going to put the field in the hands of Andrew Hawkins, as the pace car is going to bring him down the backstretch and duck off into turn number 4 into the pits, and we're going to go green flag racing here in just about a half a lap. Alright, we got 8 out of the 9 cars set to grid here. The pace car is going to pull it off onto the infield. The green flag is going to come out. Andrew Hawkins on the loud pedal, and he's going to get a nice jump coming out into turn number 1. About a car length lead as Chris Miller is going to drop it down to the inside now, as Andrew Hawkins going to pull it out to about a 4 or 5 car length lead, as we got some side-by-side battling going on back for the 2nd and 3rd position. Looks like that's going to be the number 1 of Christopher Miller, the 25 of Jarrett Murphy, and the 022 of JD Sass, as we're still going to be side-by-side back for that 4th and 5th position. Top 3 are going to go to the show here. Cars starting to stretch out single file is starting to battle side by side just outside of the transfer spot. Cars starting to get some space in between them, as currently it's going to be the 25 of Jarrett Murphy hanging on to that 3rd and final transfer spot, as Andrew Hawkins almost catches the wall coming out of turn number 4 for the lead. That's going to allow Christopher Miller to catch up to the back bumper there, as everybody pretty much staying single file, as we're going to have almost about halfway into this feature, or this heat race to open up the night, as Andrew Hawkins still hanging on to the lead out front. Christopher Miller trying to do everything he can, as he's going to pull a little bit of a slide job maneuver to try to get to the back deck lid of Andrew Hawkins, and that's not going to work out so well for him, as he's going to fall back to about another car length. Top four cars starting to separate from the backside of the field here as the 022 of JD Sass trying to catch up to the 25 of Jarrett Murphy for that third and final transfer spot. He is about a car length or two in between gap. As Christopher Miller now going to take a look to the inside of Andrew Hawkins for the lead coming out of turn number 2. They're going to be side by side as they're going to exchange a little bit of contact, but Christopher Miller is going to dive it in deep slide job as he's going to overpower the corner. He's going to get up a little too high, and that's going to allow Hawkins to dive back underneath on the bottom as we're going to have 2 laps to go here in this first heat race. Top 4 cars, you can cover them with a blanket as JD Sass is now pulled up to the back bumper of the 25 of Jarrett Murphy for that transfer spot. Andrew Hawkins starting to pull away now from the field as Christopher Miller's falling back after that slide job maneuver. There's going to be a white flag in the air. Can Christopher Miller do anything to gain some momentum here on Andrew Hawkins and get the win in this heat race? As coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be Andrew Hawkins hanging on for heat race number 1, Christopher Miller second, and Jared Murphy hanging on to that transfer spot in third. JD Sass finishing 4th, Troy Stuckwish 5th, Bo DeYoung, Cody Cantonwine, Scotty Grabowski, and Scotty Edwards rounding out the rest of your field. As now we're going to take it over to heat number 2, starting on the pole will be the 714 of Brennan Lacey. Outside of him will be the 81 of Wes Gwaltney. Row number 2 will find the 23 of Jonathan Smith, and outside of him will be Mullet Mafia Fry. Row number 3, we're going to have the 46 of Adam Stevens, and outside of him we're going to find the 269 of James Grace. And row number 4, we're going to have Christopher Lowen in the 10 car, and outside of him is going to be the 515 of Chris Cox. One heat down, heat number 2 starting to take to the lineup grid. So far it looks like we're going to have 7 out of 8 cars, as now it looks like everybody's going to take to the lineup, and we're going to be ready for this full fendered late model action for 8 laps for heat number 2 here at Knoxville. Going to be interesting to see if James Grace, who's starting back in the 6th position, he's usually a fast guy over in the sprint car side. Not too sure of how he is with late model action, but we're going to see if he's going to be able to power that 269 mobile up to the top 3 and get that transfer spot. The field now going to take it out of turn number 4, and the white flag is going to be in the air. As you see, all the drivers now going to bunch it up and get side by side as they're going to get ready for 8 laps of some high-powered late model racing here. Try to figure out who's going to the A main and who's going to go to the Consi. Front row is going to be Brennan Lacey. He's going to have control of the field as the pace car shuts the lights off and is getting ready to duck into the pits coming out of turn 3 and 4. He'll have the power and the hand of the field here. Eight cars set to take action here. 8 laps at Knoxville Speedway, heat number 2. The pace car is going to pull into the infield. That's going to put the green flag in the air. Brennan Lacey on the loud pedal, and he's going to pull out to about a car length lead coming into turn 1 and 2. As there's going to be some contact, cars getting out of shape. We're going to be 3 wide back for the 4th position as the 22 of Mullet Mafia Fry going to get out of shape, and now he's going to get into the wall, and there's going to be some huge contact. 3 or 4 cars getting side by side there, as that's going to allow Jonathan Smith up to take over that 3rd position for the transfer spot currently. And right behind him is going to be James Grace in that 269. Top 4 is going to be Brennan Lacey and Wes Gwaltney in front of those two, as it looks like there's going to be a significant gap between 4th and 5th place. Going to need a miracle to be able to catch up and be able to contend for a transfer spot at this point here, as James Grace trying to find every little bit of moisture that he can to get that 269 moving to the front here. as we're going to be about 3 laps into this heat race, and Brennan Lacey's still hanging on to the lead. He's pulled out a couple more car length positions over Wes Gwaltney, who's running in the 2nd spot. And then there's going to be about a 5 or 6 car length gap back to the 23 of Jonathan Smith, as this time out of turn number 4, we're going to be halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Does anybody here have anything for Brennan Lacey? Is Wes Gwaltney running the middle lane? Everybody seemed to be running the same line here. Brennan Lacey coming down to the front stretch. He's going to bring it into turns 1 and 2. So far, everybody running this the mid to high line here. Not too many drivers venturing down to that bottom, except for some slide job lanes here. As coming out of turn number 4, Brennan Lacey's going to see the popsicle sticks in the air. That's going to be 2 to go. Your top 3 currently at this time is Brennan Lacey in first, Wes Gwaltney in second, and Jonathan Smith for that transfer position, as James Grace trying to get to that back bumper of Jonathan Smith. He's just maybe running out of laps at this point, as James Grace trying to adapt to that slide job line to just find a little bit more moisture to try to get some more momentum to get his late model here hooked up with this very, very tough surface to figure out at Knoxville. And out of turn number 4, the checkered flag is going to be in the air. Brennan Lacey going to pick up heat race number 2. Wes Gwaltney going to finish 2nd, and Jonathan Smith going to hang on to that transfer spot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had 2 heat races out of 3 completed so far. We're going to go to the 3rd and final heat race now before we take you to tonight's alphabet soup. As for the heat race number 3, starting on the pole is going to be Tim Christensen in the number 27. Outside of him is going to be number 18 car of Joshua Henson. In row number 2, we're going to find the 68 car of J. Darren Littoral, and starting outside of him is going to be the 54 of Mitch Stiles. Row number 3, we're going to find the 225 of Trevor Bitterling, and starting outside Trevor in the 444 is going to be Derek Dryman. And row number 4 on the inside in the number 20 car is going to be Dylan Hutchinson, and starting outside of him, slated, is going to be myself. I still have yet to grasp the concept of not, coming into the server the correct way, as I know Phil and Todd are probably going to bust my chops about that. So 7 cars set to grid. We're going to have 6 cars total so far out there, as I'm not sure who's going to miss the grid here, but we're going to have 6 cars coming out looks like the 225 car is going to be missing from the heat race. That's going to be the Trevor Bitterling machine. Not sure if he's having some car issues or what the issue may be there, as the field is going to now come out of turn number 4, and the lights are going to go out on the pace car. That's going to put the power in the hands of Tim Christensen, as him and Joshua Henson are going to be on the front row, and we're going to be green flag racing with heat number 3 here at the Sim Addicts at Knoxville in exactly 1 lap. Two heats down, 1 heat to go. We're going to have this 3rd heat slated for 8 laps as well. The pace car is going to duck down to the inside. The green flag's going to be out, and Tim Christensen's going to be on the loud pedal, as everybody pretty much staying tucked up underneath each other coming into turn number 1. That's going to be the best start that we've seen all night, as it's going to be Tim Christensen out front still, Joshua Henson filing into that 2nd spot, and currently J. Darren Littoral hanging on to that transfer spot, as he's going to have his hands full, as there's going to be some contact in the back is it's going to be the 54 and the 444, I believe, and that's going to allow the top three cars to separate. And as you see there, just a little bit of contact can do a lot as far as track position, as they're still making contact in the back. Your top three that's able to get away is going to be Tim Christensen, Josh Henson, and J. Darren Littoral. As the cars making contact was the 20 of Dylan Hutchinson, the 54 of Mitch Stiles, and the 444 of Derek Dryman. They're going to have to try their hand at the consies coming up, as now we're going to have J. Darren Littoral looking to the inside of Joshua Henson for that second spot, as it looks like Henson's going to be able to hang on with high side momentum, but J. Darren Littoral's not going anywhere quick. He's going to throw it deep, sell it cheap, and that's going to be a slide job. He's going to make some contact there. That's going to move him to second and push Joshua Henson back to third. But as they're trading sliders and battling for that second position, that's allowing Tim Christensen to move away up front, as he's going to be halfway last time around. There's going to be about 3 laps to go here. With J. Darren Littoral and Josh Henson battling, I don't think they're going to have any shot at battling back to taking this heat win from Christensen, as you see Littoral now starting to move to that slide job line, seeing if he can find some extra moisture to move himself forward here to try to battle for that heat win. Joshua Henson still hanging on to that back bumper of J. Darren Littoral, as the top three are not going to have any contention for any transfer spots in this third and final heat race. As right now the current battle that's the most interesting on the track is going to be that second spot between J. Darren Littoral and Joshua Henson. Currently held up front is J. Darren Littoral of that exchange, as Henson trying to get some momentum going on that top side, as he's going to gain some entry, but he's going to lose on exit, just not able to get the grip that he's looking to get coming off the corner. As we are going to have the white flag in the air, as Tim Christensen going to have only 4 more turns of the wheel to bring home this heat win. Oh, that was the checkered flag. I happened to pull a Todd. I mean, you know what they say, like father, like son. Can't keep track of laps for the life of me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take it down to trackside, as we're going to have about a 4-minute warm-up session, and then we're going to kick off tonight with the 50-lap feature for the Pro Late models here at Knoxville for the Sim Addicts Racing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you now to the playing of our national anthem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Knoxville Raceway as we are just about a minute and a half here from going green flag racing on our feature event here. 50 laps slated to be the amount of laps that we are going to run here tonight, as we had three action-packed heat races, some contact being made, not a lot of battling for the transfer spot, but going to be interesting to see how this track takes over with the track slicking off and drivers trying to find different momentum and different lines for grip. It's very capable to see somebody that starts way back maybe like 17th or 18th be up to the top 5 before the end of the night. It's just got to see how these late models react to the how slick Knoxville can get right off the bat here, as we're going to be about 30 seconds from green flag racing. And once the field gets all gridded up, we will get you that starting lineup, as we're going to take about a 30-second pause here. Gotta take a quick drink, refresh the vocal cords, because I definitely feel we're going to be in for an action-packed 50 laps tonight here for the Pro Lates at Addicts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the field getting ready now to grid for 50 laps of action-packed racing here at the sprint car capital of the world, Knoxville Raceway here in Knoxville, Iowa, as the Sim Addicts are going to put on one heck of a show here. All right, and we're going to get you the starting grid here as everybody's starting to fall into place and getting ready to pull out onto the track. Tonight's pole sitter starting on the pole inside front row is going to be the 224 of Andrew Hawkins. Starting outside of him in the second position is going to be the 714 of Brennan Lacey. Starting inside row number 2 is going to be the 27 of Tim Christensen. And outside him is going to be the number 1 car of Christopher Miller. Starting row number 3 on the inside is going to be the 81 of Wes Gwaltney. Starting outside Wes in the 68 machine is going to be Jay Darren Literal. Row number 4 on the inside is going to be the 25 car of Jarrett Murphy. And outside of Murphy is going to be the 23 car of Jonathan Smith. Row number 5 on the inside is going to be the 18 of Joshua Henson. Outside of him in the number 10 position is going to be the 022 of JD Sass. Row number 6 on the inside is going to be the 269 of James Grace, and outside of him is going to be the 54 of Mitch Stiles. Behind him is going to be the 13, in the 13th spot is going to be the 24 of Troy Stuckwish. Starting outside of him is going to be the 515 of Chris Cox. The next row to the inside is going to be the 444 of Derek Dryman. And starting outside of the 444 car is going to be the 027 of Bo DeYoung. Next row on the inside is going to be the 22 of Mullet Mafia Fry. Outside of Mullet Mafia Fry is going to be Dylan Hutchinson. Next row back is going to be Cody Cantonwine on the inside and Chris Lowen on the outside. Trevor Bitterling on the inside, Scotty Grabansky on the outside, and we are going green flag out of turn number 4, as the green flag is going to come out now. Andrew Hawkins on the loud pedal as we are green flag racing for 50 laps at Knoxville. Currently up front is going to be Andrew Hawkins, as Brennan Lacey going to take a look to the inside as everybody now starting to sort out, as we're going to have 3 cars under a blanket trying to battle for, it looks like, the 5th and 6th position back there. Cars sorting out everywhere, as we're going to have about 3 or 4 wide now at the back of the pack. And caution flag is going to fly. Not sure exactly what happened there, as we're going to try to get you a replay here, as we're going to try to see what exactly happened here to bring out that caution. Looks to me like the 24 car is gonna Troy Stuckwish is gonna get together with the 269 of James Grace, and that's gonna send Grace around into the wall. As we're gonna try to get a replay for you here. That's going to send the 269 of James Grace all the way back to the tail of this 20-plus car field. He's going to have a lot of work ahead of him here in this race to get back to the front. Brennan Lacey now, as he's sitting in the second position, didn't really get the best start that he would have hoped for last time. He's definitely going to be looking to try to get some grip to try to get around the 224 of Andrew Hawkins, who has just been on an absolute rocket ship this entire night. Led every single lap of his heat race and has just looked absolutely impressive. Going to be interesting to see if anybody has anything for him here as the track gets slicker as the night goes on. As it looks like we have our buddy Ragin' Ron Piles over here now from the Nora race that he was helping Todd Stanton over there with. As it looks like he's going to join us here for the feature of this Sim Addicts Pro Late Model race. As we're going to get the white flag here, the light's going to go out on the pace truck. How are you doing tonight, Piles?
Yeah, doing pretty good. We had a nice little race over at Nora. Took the transportation, or the what do you want to call those little devices, teleportation device from Georgia to Iowa here. As we're up here in Knoxville, Iowa, with the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series here. Definitely going to be something to see here. Like you said, we're only on lap 4, I believe, or lap 5 of 50 here. So definitely going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out. As you said, number 224 of Andrew Hawkins out to the lead. iRacing.com official pace truck going to dive off the 224 machine, going to jump on the throttle here, the loud pedal, get us back to green flag racing, and it looks like he's going to take off to the early point here as they roll back down into turns number 1 and 2 with the 114 machine. Was it 114 or 714? 714 of Brennan Lacey to the outside. So and we have a big stack up on exit turn number 2.
Yeah, some heavy contact back there as it looks like the 23 car of Jonathan Smith just going to get into the corner a little too heavy as the 18 is going to have to check up for the 25 car, and that's going to just create some chaos back there as it looks like Jonathan Smith having nowhere to go. He's going to get into the back end of Joshua Henson, and that's just going to stack up the field from there on out.
Yeah, watching a couple of them stack up. A couple of cars actually having to get way out of the throttle and stack up, but most of them able to continue through that. So you're going to see a lot of the guys continue to stay up there, but definitely the 18 machine getting loose there, causing a mess as Hessen's going to go all the way to the back, probably take the EOL for that one. Along with, looks like the 20 machine, who's having some netcode issues right now of Hutchinson.
Yeah, so far no turtles and no rollovers tonight as we've been able to have a couple of laps of green flag here, but some early cautions ridding tonight's feature piles.
Yeah, early cautions, attrition being a thing here. Not sure exactly how the heat races and the last chance races went, but attrition definitely being a big thing here with early on in this going of this one, lap 8 of 50. So 42 laps of racing left to go here, and a lot of people having some issues. A lot of drivers having problems with probably fuel load and a couple different things there, loosening these cars up early in the going. So these guys lose a little bit of that rear weight just to keep these cars from kicking around early in the corner, and probably some experience issues playing roles in this one. So definitely gonna see what happens here. We're getting ready to go back to green here. Brennan Lacey gonna bring us to the point, looks like.
As we're gonna have Andrew Hawkins and Brennan Lacey on your front row coming out of turn number 2. It looks like we're going to have Christopher Miller and Tim Christensen's going to be the eager ones in row number 2. As they're hoping to stay green for a couple of laps, as both of those men looked very, very fast in their heat races earlier on tonight. Tim Christensen with a heat race win, as well as Brennan Lacey. Christopher Miller with an impressive second place in his as he pulled out the slide job to take second. As the green flag's going to come back out now, Andrew Hawkins on the loud pedal as we're going to come into turn number 1. Christopher Miller going to dive down to the bottom as he's got some grip there he's found. He's going to go to the inside of Brennan Lacey down the back stretch. Now we have a battle for the second spot as we're going to have about 4 or 5 cars now battling for third and fourth, as we're going to be 3 wide almost coming out of the corner. Some contact between Christensen and Miller. That's going to send Tim Christensen to the high side, as now we're going to have 3-4 wide coming out of turn 2 piles. This is heating up already, and we're not even halfway through this feature yet.
Yeah, definitely heating up like you said for that third, fourth, and fifth spot. It is heated up third through sixth right now. As they're almost 4 wide off of turn number 4, and right now that third position belongs to the number 1 of Chris Miller. Fourth is Tim Christensen. Fifth is Wes Gwaltney. But like you said, they were almost 3 and 4 wide back. They were having some net code issues. I'm seeing. I'm not sure if that server got set up wrong or whatnot. But I tell you what, there was a slide job pulled by the 714 machine of Brendan Lacey, and he got into the outside wall. That's going to jump the lead back to the 224 of Andrew Hawkins, and we're going to fall under caution again on lap number 13.
Yes, sir. Caution coming out. We're going to see if we can try to get a replay for you here, as it looks like Adam Stevens going to get into the back of the 027 of Bo DeYoung here in turns 3 and 4, as Bo DeYoung and the number 10 car battling side by side. There was going to be some contact, and then just coming in out of nowhere, and just absolute contact, and that's going to just send Adam Stevens around, and caution will come out on the speedway once again.
Yeah, like you said, Bo DeYoung ended up getting some contact there. He's everybody able to continue, luckily. So definitely seeing what's going on here and get everything taken care of and back in order, so we can go back to green flag racing here. But definitely seeing a lot of attrition, a lot of take, and not a whole lot of give here. But fortunately, like you said, no turtles yet. We've been able to keep everybody under racing conditions here. It looks like we've probably everybody's still in the lead lap here. So the official scoring shows everybody on the lead lap. Nobody going a lap down. Nobody in the pits. Nobody's out of this race. Nobody's loaded up and went home just yet. So definitely going to see Andrew Hawkins and Brendan Lacey bring them down one more time. Looks like we're going to be single file this time by. So maybe we'll see some more green flag racing here, as these guys are probably going to be real quick to get 2 and 3 wide again as we get ready to go back green under this one. Racing official pace truck on the backstretch right now. Lights are extinguished. We will be going green flag racing out of turn number 4 this time. Andrew Hawkins is going to bring them back down to the green flag, to the flag stand, waiting for the starter to wave that green flag. The iRacingOfficial.com pace truck about to dive off. The 224 machine about to get back on the loud pedal. We are green flag racing here as he is back on the throttle pedal, and we are going to bring it down single file into turn number 1.
Pretty interesting seeing everybody taking that restart on the bottom side, as now they're shifting up to the high side in turn number 1 and 2, as Christopher Miller had a very good jump on the last restart. He's not going to get the same results on this one on the single file, as everybody's going to pretty much stay single file mostly for the first lap, as it looks like we're going to have some cars now sticking side by side. Wes Gwaltney looking to the inside of Tim Christensen, and he's going to fall back now to settle in for 5th. Not too many battles going on around the field after that single file restart. It looks like the only side-by-side battle that we have going on right now is going to be back between Derek Dryman in the 444 and that 25 car of Jarrett Murphy. And now you can count the 022 of JD Sass getting in on the mix. As now Christopher Miller going to take a look to the inside of Tim Christensen. He's going to throw the slide job. He's going to get a little sideways. Christensen going to dive it underneath him, and that's going to cost him a spot to Gwatney, it looks like, as now he's going to pull a slider on Miller. Cars throwing sliders everywhere. Not much room left to give, as now Miller going to dive underneath Gwatney, and he's going to take the position back, and that's going to cost Gwatney a couple of spots. We're throwing sliders back here for, it looks like, the 5th, 6th, and 7th spot, as we're now going to be 3, 4 wide coming out of turn 4. Piles, there's not much room being given by these guys, and there is just some absolutely amazing racing going on back here, as we're going to be 3 wide again, and now some more contact being made as the 25 car going to get together with the 444 of Derek Dryman. Piles, do you have any idea of how you can cope with all this 3 wide action as a driver and still try to keep your car in one piece at the end of the night?
Just I tell you what, the biggest key to that piece right now is it's this Knoxville Raceway. Definitely one of the widest tracks we have in the iRacing.com simulator. It is going to allow us to run 3, 4 wide easily through the corner. It does add a little bit of attrition to what you're doing. You got the adrenaline rush you're going to get from being that competitive and being that close to somebody. It definitely plays a role. It tests your patience of getting back on the throttle. You want to be ahead of that group. You don't want to be a part of somebody's mistake. So definitely something that plays into that. Looks like most of the field has singled out since then, but it looks like we may have a battle closer to the back. It may be fading out as well, as it just went single file. I've seen something here on the timing loop, and that battle faded in about half a lap, so probably some contact there that spread those guys out there. I think they were almost 2, 3 wide back there. It was like the 12th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th spots.
As we have a battle now back here and at the 5th spot, as it's going to be Christopher Miller in the 1 car and J. Darren Literal in the 68, as the 24 of Troy Stuckwish and the 25 of Jarrett Murphy trying to get their 2 cars in there to make it a 4-car dance. And J. Darren Literal and Christopher Miller, they've been putting on one heck of a show all night, Piles. They had both of them have very good runs in the heat race, and now they're battling side by side. As now we're going to have the 24 car, the 25, and the 022, and the 444 all getting together, and they're going to be covered by a blanket. 4 cars looking for the same little bit of real estate, as this is going to be interesting to watch this play out back here, as we've got 2 really good races going on. And now the 24 going to continue to try to run that bottom side, as he's the only person down on the bottom right now, and he seems to be finding some grip down there, as he's now putting himself in front of the 022 of JD Sass, and he's trying to catch the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. Going to be interesting to see how many guys will start to venture down to the bottom, as the top 2 of Andrew Hawkins and Brennan Lacey have just pulled away from the field. But there looks like there's going to be a battle shaping up for this 3rd spot between Tim Christensen in the 27 and Wes Gwaltney in the 81. And they're going to be battling side by side pretty heavy here. Both guys running the top, so it's going to require one of them to come off the top to try to pass one another, as the battle's still going on in the back between JD Sass and Troy Stuckwish. Piles, you're going to have to take over, man. All this action back in the pack and then up front, it's going to be hard to keep track of all this.
Yeah, that it is. I was watching this battle as you jumped up front there. Troy Stuckwish in the 24 machine threw a slide job and came up right in front of the 444 of Dryman, and him having to do that slowed him down a little bit. But definitely that battle's still going on, as they've kind of fallen in single file. But it's been one heck of a battle with the 24 Stuckwish back there, and that battle's not over yet, because we got the 444 Derek Dryman was throwing a slider. The 24 is going to throw the crossover and try to cross him back up. He's going to do that. Looks like he's not going to get back to the point, but he's going to end up staying side by side with the 444 through the corner, as Dryman's going to keep Stuckwish down the slick as they come through turn number 3 and 4, and down the front straightaway they come. 24 machine trying to get back to the bottom. The moisture he was finding on the bottom there looks like maybe a little bit gone, as the 54 machine's gonna drive up beside him and make a little contact with the door of the 24 machine of Stuckwish. 54 machine of Styles is gonna find a little bit of loose stuff there coming off the corner and lose the ground he had on the door of the 24.
We have a battle for the lead now, as Brennan Lacey is caught up to the back bumper of Andrew Hawkins coming into turn number 3 and 4. Brennan Lacey going to try to slide it up to the top side and dip it underneath him, as he's now finally caught up to the back bumper of Andrew Hawkins with this green flag stretch. He's now going to take a look down to the inside. Both cars going to get out of shape. Brennan Lacey going to hammer down on the bottom side. He's going to power by Andrew Hawkins, put Brennan Lacey to the top spot in that 714 car, as Andrew Hawkins not going to go far, as there's going to be a caution right in front of the leaders. Not too sure who that was spun around, as it looks to be the 46 car. I believe that was Adam Stevens again, as he gets around right in front of the leaders. Perfect timing for Brennan Lacey, as he's going to take over that top spot with an impressive drive to the front.
Yeah, watching back here, the 20 machine ran the cushion to the corner, and the 46 tried to pull some of a slide job. 20 tried to cross him up. The 20 machine of Hutchinson's tried to keep it clean and green, got under him, and unfortunately the 46 of Stevens didn't slide up enough to allow that room for that contact to deviate what was going on. So unfortunately the 20 machine turning the 46 on corner exit in front of your leaders, so it's going to bring us under caution with 16 laps to go. So getting ready to fall within the last 15 laps of those 50 lap features. They were ticking them off left and right there, with our leaders battling for position, and all the battles we had going through the field. Looks like we will be single file once again here with the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Racing Series.
Some great racing going on tonight. We had a great green flag stretch there under that single file restart, enough to give Brennan Lacey enough time to catch up to Andrew Hawkins, who pulled out a very impressive jump on the field, probably about up to 6 or 7 car lengths. But Brennan Lacey was able to pull him down over time and take away that top spot, as he's going to be the only lead change tonight in this feature race. And this is going to be the first time we're seeing Andrew Hawkins in second. But don't count out that 81 car of Wes Gwaltney. He's been pretty fast tonight, as well as the rest of the top 10 The top 10 has been pretty fast, so I mean, you definitely can't count anybody out, as we're going to have about 15 or 14 laps to go here, as it looks like the field is going to be bringing them into turns number 3 and 4. The lights are going to be extinguished on the pace car, and just waiting for that pace car to pull it down into the pits and get back under green flag racing, as he's going to pull down and the green flag is going to come out. Brennan Lacey on the loud pedal. He's going to have a great jump on this start. He's going to pull out to about 6 or 7 car lengths over Andrew Hawkins. Now Wes Gwaltney right on the back bumper of Andrew Hawkins, is now we're going to have 2, 3 cars, 4 cars battling back there for the 7th spot, as it's going to be Jay Darren Literal, Christopher Miller, Jarrett Murphy, and Derek Dryman, as there's going to be some contact made between Jay Darren Literal and the 25 car, and that's going to send the 25 and Miller around, and the 25 car is going to come up in front of the field, and more cars going to get collected in this.
Yeah, unfortunately, caution coming back out so fast here under this Knoxville, Iowa's raceway here. This not exactly the thing you want to see, and you know, they talk about cars and being able to hang on to cars and keep them going back up into the field and going back up the track. But you know, it's not always easy to keep that from happening. As he went back up like you said, and ended up causing more contact there, but definitely taking some damage to the number 25 machine. Murphy definitely, you know, that's going to be hard on him. Not sure if it's going to give him a meatball and make him go get some repairs or not. It looks like he's going to pull down pit road right now and get that repair taken care of.
Yeah, tough night for Christopher Miller. He just pulled down to pit road to get some repairs, as well as the 46 of Adam Stevens. But Christopher Miller, he was running up in the top 5 all night tonight, Piles. Definitely a fast car for that number 1 car, just getting caught up, getting the wheels taken from behind him and getting caught up in somebody else's wreck. You know, definitely a rough night for him. You know, you definitely have some frustrations when stuff like that happens, especially when you have a car that runs up front so well, and you know, you're gaining spots and able to pull sliders, and you just got the car, it's hooked up on that slick stuff, and to get caught up in a wreck like that when, you know, it wasn't even your fault, or, you know, you weren't the one that got initially caught up in it, just, you know, having nowhere to go. You know, you and I both know what that's like coming from the car side of things, but, you know, definitely going to be, you know, heartbreaking for him, as we're going to have the white flag, I do believe, here, that's going to put the field back in the hands of Brennan Lacey, as we're going to let Piles take this restart, as we're going to have about 8 laps to go for the restart, I believe.
Yeah, iRacing official .com pace truck rolling down the back straightaway right now. That's, you know, on the other end of the stick you were speaking of, we got the 714 machine of Brennan Lacey, your leader, getting ready to bring this field back to green. He's going to be coming to 9 laps to go at the stripe this time, so going to be interesting to see if he can hang on to this. Is the iRacing.com official pace truck off of the racing surface down pit road. The 714 of Lacey back to the loud pedal. We are going to green flag racing down into turn number 1. We got a battle for second as Wes Gwaltney's going to try to go under Andrew Hawkins, but the cushion's going to prevail and allow Hawkins to drive by on the outside back to the second place point there. Your leader is 714 machine of Brennan Lacey is going to run and roll the top side just a little bit down under, right above the slick there, 3 and 4. A little surprised to see that, but definitely Gwaltney going to try the low line again through 1 and 2, and he's going to slide up. It's going to make Andrew Hawkins come back to the brake and slow that car down a little bit to allow the 81 of Gwaltney to come back to the top of the racetrack and take that position away. So looks like maybe Gwaltney the second and Hawkins the third, but the scoring loop's saying otherwise at the moment. But yeah, Gwaltney's going to go to second and Hawkins the third, as the caution's going to fall on lap 44. And let's see, we got 7 to go, so if we have 2 laps of caution, maybe 3, we may have 4 to go when we go back to green this time by.
Not too sure what the cause of that caution was, as we're going to try to get a replay for you here, but as to me it looks like the 23 car of Jonathan Smith just gets in a little bit too heavy and just so happens to catch that 10 car of Chris Lowen and sends him around. As you see, the 269 of James Grace going to be the innocent bystander on the bottom. He's going to get spun around, and as we have one upside down as well on the backstretch. Not sure who that's going to be, but I do believe that's going to be our first turtle, but it is going to be our first upside down car of the night.
Yep,
as I believe that was, yeah, I believe that was it was the 20 car of Dylan Hutchinson, our first turtle of the night. Our first turtle count for Todd Stanton. That should make him happy, as he gets his turtle tonight.
Yeah, we had a few of those over at the Nora 360 series as those sprint cars happened to catch that outside wall that, about the same here as Knoxville, the fast line, or that line between fast and broken, it definitely played a role there as well. So I think we had 3 or 4 over there, so we're either 4 or 5 on our flip count at the Full Velocity Racing Network, that brand new name here tonight. Nice and shiny new sign, so Full Velocity Racing Network, definitely got that out there. Gonna be one of those other deals that not a whole lot changing behind the scenes, just a couple roles getting moved around in the booth over at Full Velocity Racing Network. But we're gonna be green flag racing here soon as we got the 1 to green. So the 714 of Brendan Lacey gonna bring him back to green, and Brett Rolls is gonna bring you this one as we get ready to get back green flag racing with the iRacing official pace truck getting ready to dive off the speedway.
We have a half a heat race to go. Is Brennan Lacey going to be on the loud pedal as the pace car is going to pull it in? Green flag is back on the racetrack as we're going to come into turns 1 and 2. Brennan Lacey still going to hang on to the lead as we're going to have cars battling back in the pack. It looks like Derek Draymond going to make his way up to the 5th position. He was in the back battling as he's going to go to the inside now at Tim Christensen in the 27, as there's going to be some contact there as those two are going to get spun around right in front of the field. And that's going to be, it looks like only a couple of cars are going to get caught up in this, as we're going to be able to, only looks like 2 that initially caused the wreck are going to be caught up in this, as Derek Dryman going to be head first hard into the wall, and that's going to send him back to the end of the field, as I do believe that is going to end this one under caution, as we're just going to have to see if maybe there will be that lucky 1-lap shootout, as I don't believe there will be. Yes, ma'am, this is going to be ended under caution flag here, as it looks like Brennan Lacey's going to pick up the win. Wes Gwaltney's going to finish 2nd, Andrew Hawkins 3rd, J. Darren Literal 4th, Troy Stuckwish 5th, J.D. Sass, Mitch Stiles, Chris Cox, Cody Cantonwine, Joshua Henson going to round out your top 10. Some very amazing racing going on tonight, 3 and 4 wide throughout the field, all times of the races, even if we started single file. Just top hats off to these guys tonight over at Sim Addicts. Like I said at the top of the broadcast, I raced with these guys over here in the sprint car world and was not expecting this for the late model side. I have not raced with them in the late models, but they have definitely put on a really good performance here tonight. There was quite a few cautions, but on a slick track, that's bound to happen. But my hat's off to Brennan Lacey, as he's going to be able to pick up the win, and Wes Gwaltney getting around Andrew Hawkins, but Andrew Hawkins still going to be able to hold on to the podium tonight.
Yeah, Brendan Lacey, like you said, going to bring home the feature win here tonight at the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series race. Wes Gwaltney going to end up, like you said, going to be the 2nd place finisher in the 81 machine. 3rd goes to Andrew Hawkins in 224. So those guys definitely put on a well of a show. I would say, looking at this, just seeing where people were at as far as racing wise goes, we were speaking about Cinderella story on this night that went out the door in the closing laps of this one. Definitely with the which machine was that you were talking about? Dryman in the 444 was up to 5th from 15th before that incident that brought out the caution. So we have our top 3 finishers going to pull into the front stretch podium area and await their interviews here as we get ready to take this down to the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show. And we'll be right back with that here as soon as we get everybody moved over and get all the drivers situated in the announcers booth here, and for at least the 2nd and 3rd place positions, and we'll see if we can get one of our announcers down to victory lane with your winner tonight. That would be the number 714 of Brendan Lacey. So we will be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have your top 3 here, as we are now going to pull down your 3rd place finisher from tonight, as that's going to be the 224 car of Andrew Hawkins, as Andrew Hawkins going to finish third tonight. Andrew, take us through tonight's feature for you. As you started out front, and then towards the end of the race, Brennan Lacey was able to get by you for the lead right before the caution when Adam Stevens spun in front of you guys. And then just before the end of the night, we were able to see Gwaltney get by you there with a slider. Did the car go away from you? Did the track slick off a little bit too much for you? What happened tonight for you?
Yeah, my car just faded off to the end. Brendan was running real good. I had it was about 8 tenths of a second or so up on him, and his car really came in. He's a good driver, so he was able to reel me back in.
I was gonna say, I mean, you were on a rocket ship in your heat race, and early on in this feature lead, and I want to say it was about the first half of the feature, if not a little bit more. But yeah, definitely interesting to see the different lanes and lines that everything trans through tonight. It seemed everything was mostly to the top side for the heat and the features, but the slider line seemed to come in there towards the end of the race. How much did that slider line become a factor at the end of the race, and was there anything left, really on the bottom towards the end of the feature?
I tried going down there for I think it was a 3 and 4 in one lap, and I just barely touched the gas and lit up the back tires. There was really not much down there, so it was a slider race. It was one line up on the top. I mean, both Brendan and Wes threw the sliders on me, and it was clean. I know Brendan got by me. I kind of jumped the cushion a little bit, straightened my car up. I wish it would have went green for the rest of the race, but that's what happens sometimes. It is what it is.
All right, man. Well, you had a really good race tonight.
Cushion a little bit, straighten
Fell
my
just
car up.
about two spots shy of what I assume you were probably hoping for, but still a really impressive race tonight as you had a really dominant heat race and I'd say a pretty dominant feature race as well. I'm going to hand the mic off to you one more time. Anybody you'd like to thank, sponsors, anything like that? The mic's all yours.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys over at Highside Racing. They brought me on and they've helped quite a bit with understanding some of these setups. Also, I'd like to thank Steve Schmidt Auto Group. They are a great dealership. They sell Buick, GMC, Chevrolet, and we just recently got Cadillac and Kia. I wanted to send a shout out to them and just Jeremy Freeman for putting Sim Addicts on. It's a great league.
All right, well, there you have it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The number 224 car of Andrew Hawkins going to finish up third on the night. As now we're going to take a little bit of a walk down further as we're going to find the 81 car of Wes Gwaltney. Wes, you had a pretty good end of the feature there as you were able to come back up and finish second tonight. Uh, how was it trying to be able to keep your nose clean out of some of the contact that was going on tonight as we had quite a little bit of cautions there. How much did that play affect to you and your strategy as far as overall race time?
My main thing was the track was pretty much single file around the top and throw sliders. And so I was just kind of waiting for my moment or waiting for somebody to make a mistake. I ran behind my buddy Tim Christensen's there for a little while. He's part of my team HRT. And, it was fun. It was just all about finding the right moment and, not getting into the wall. That cushion's really tricky.
Yeah, Knoxville definitely one of the trickier tracks now with the newest build to iRacing, in one of my opinions. Once the track slicks off, that top side can get pretty brutal up there, at least in a sprint car. Not too sure of how it can get up there. So, I mean, everybody was running up on the top side. What was it like up there? I mean, was it nice and smooth? Was it, as ruddy as it is usually when sprint cars come here? Not too sure as how it played out tonight for you guys.
It wasn't smooth, that was for sure. When you get that right rear on the cushion, it feels like your rear end goes up about a foot and a half. It was rough, and you have to hit it just right because if you bounce too much or you hit the wrong rut, which it's kind of like Charlotte in the sense of it'll throw you right into the wall, and once you're kind of caught in the catch fence here, you're just kind of stuck. My main goal was to throw it off the cushion going down the backstretch and the front stretch, and to have a little bit of a run to slide up, so I didn't have as much chance of carrying my momentum into the wall, and I was running a little bit higher gear than everybody, so I had more drive off the corners.
All right, sir. And now I've got to ask the $1 million question. If that late caution hadn't come out with only about 3 or 4 laps to go, do you think you would have had anything to give a shot at Brandon Lacey for the lead? As he looked pretty impressive as he was battling with Andrew Hawkins for a good 90% of the race.
Yeah, me and Brendan were actually just talking about that while in waiting there. I had it rolling, and me and Brendan we race pretty well together. I mean, he's a pretty clean driver, and so I trust that we would have had a good battle. I think I had something for him, and I was saying that, and all of us were in Discord, and I was like, I think I got something for you if we get a green flag run, and I had planned it out. I was going to throw a slider on him probably about the white flag lap. Um, maybe the lap before coming out of, or going into 3 and 4, just so I have another lap to kind of catch whatever's going to happen to catch momentum. And I think I had something for him, but Brennan's quick, and he was quick all night. And when he won his heat race, that kind of I had to start deeper in the field, so I knew it was going to be a little bit more work for me.
All right, now we're gonna hand the mic back to you, sir. You know the routine. Any thank yous, likes, comments, concerns, anything you want, throw it all out there. Let them know they're appreciated.
Yeah, I just thank all the folks at Sim Addicts for letting us run here, and got to thank all my teammates: Tim Christensen, JD Sass, Joshua Hessen, Jarrett Murphy, and then we have a couple other guys that didn't run: Todd Hook, Hunter Wright, and Dakota Isley. When he finally gets iRacing, so those guys really helped me a lot. They really got me. They keep me competitive. That's the thing, and we're rooting for each other, but at the same time we race each other clean. And so I really thank all those guys for all this. Thank Brennan and Andrew for giving me a great race and running me clean the whole time. And man, I just thank y'all for broadcasting this. This is awesome. First interview I've done in months.
No problem. I'm definitely excited to be a part of Full Velocity. As they asked me if I would come over here and check out the Cinematics tonight, and I was under the impression it was under sprint car racing tonight. So definitely surprised to see the late models on this side. But you guys pulled out a heck of a race tonight. As good race tonight, and good job on the second place. And hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to go down just a little bit further to Victory Lane, as I believe Ron Piles has Mr. Brennan Lacey down there, as I'm sure he's got the beer cans popping and the champagne going, as we're going to hand it off to Ron Piles, who's down there with your race winner, Brennan Lacey.
Yeah, I made it down here with the Brennan door slamming Lacey as he'd slammed the door tonight and shut down every move that was possible for the lead. Not probably not every possible move, but he slammed the door on the race tonight and brought home that win. As he's going to be your race winner here tonight at the Knoxville, Iowa Raceway. So we're going to congratulate Brennan on his feature win here tonight, and let him take us through what he saw throughout the race here tonight in that 50 lap race.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, that track I knew coming in. I thought we'd have a little bit more cars coming in tonight, so I was planning on a little bit of a slick track. But it looked like after the heats, like it was gonna have a ton of moisture up top, and so made the setup fit to that, and was hoping that it would stay up there quite a bit, so I could get quite a bit of drive. But yeah, we got going in that race, and Andrew got a big lead on me there, and I was just counting down the laps, trying to reel him in the best I could, and by the time I got up to him and got under him, they threw that caution, and I was like, well, maybe that's not going to work as well. It'll probably slide me right back. But yeah, he came back there, and I got a couple good starts. And then on that last caution that was thrown, I saw that Wes got behind me there, and I knew it was getting ready to be a show. I was waiting on Wes to throw some sliders at me for a good finish there. But yeah, track was in a pretty good state, but seemed a little bit one lane, but it could have went two. But yeah, I'll take a win anyway I can get it.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, the track seemed like it went one lane, but however, definitely as wide as this Knoxville Raceway is here in Iowa, it allowed for some competitive racing regardless of what the track decided to do. You guys, everybody that was here worked on their setups throughout the week and got everything dialed in for sure to put on one well of a show here. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Wes, the early caution there, or late caution, I should say, bringing this one to a close for you and letting you take home that first place podium finish. But as we've come to a fashion here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, we are going to toss you the microphone one more time here this evening and let you go through and let us know who all you got to thank, who made you successful here. Any fans, any family, any friends, anybody that got you to this first place podium finish tonight, or anybody you just want to give a shout out to as well here at the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Yeah, I just want to say big thanks to Driven Motorsports over there. We got a pretty solid team in all these divisions, and we're really starting to get up towards the front more. And it's really paying off all the hard work that's going in, and just need to thank all Chris Miller, John Smith, all them boys. So other than that, I just want to say thanks to my cousin for watching tonight, and thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Brennan Dorslayman Lacey, as he is going to pick up your A main feature win here tonight. And as you heard it from him, he has quite a few people to thank on his sponsorship and the win here tonight that got him into this victory lane. So I'm going to let Brennan Lacey get back to celebrating with this team, and we'll get ready to close this thing out here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Congratulations on your first place finish.
Appreciate it, man.
Well, Brett, I tell you what, I was only here for the A main, but definitely if all the heat racing and everything up to that point was as much as fantastic as that A main was, they have one heck of a show here at the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series at Knoxville Raceway in Iowa. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. I want to thank everybody as far as the Full Velocity Racing Network sponsors go, and want to thank Brett for jumping on the booth here tonight, help Jack Truan on a very short notice and getting this show up and going. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.